Hey preppers, today we're diving into the only 3 items you need to stockpile to survive any situation. We're talking about the essentials, the non-negotiables, the stuff that separates the survivors from the, well, forget fancy gadgets and high-tech gear. Sometimes it's about getting back to basics. And these 3 items, they are as basic as it gets. Now I've faced down some pretty hairy situations in my time. From the scorching heat of the Sahara to the icy depths of the Arctic, I've learned a thing or two about survival. And trust me, in a real crisis, it's not about how much stuff you have, but what you can do with what you've got. So let's get right into it. We're about to break down these 3 critical survival categories, and I'm going to give you the knowledge you need to make sure you're prepared for anything. Let's get to it. We all know water is essential, right? It's the lifeblood of our existence, the one thing we can't live without. Imagine being stranded in a desert, the sun beating down on you and your throat parched. The first thing that comes to mind is water. It's not just a want, it's a dire need. You can go without food for days, even weeks, but water? That's a different story altogether. Our bodies are made up of about 60% water, and every cell, tissue, and organ needs it to function properly. Without it, you're looking at dehydration, hallucinations, and worse. Dehydration can set in quickly, leading to dizziness, confusion, and even organ failure. It's not something to take lightly. Trust me, I've been there. In survival situations, water becomes your most precious resource. It's the difference between life and death. First things first, how much water are we talking? It's crucial to know your daily water needs to prepare adequately. The rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day. This amount covers drinking, cooking, and basic hygiene needs. But remember, this is just a guideline. That's for drinking, cooking, and hygiene. In hotter climates or during strenuous activities, you might need even more. Now, if you're in a real pinch, you can stretch that out, but it's always better to have too much than not enough. Rationing water can be a dangerous game, so plan ahead. Storing your water is just as important as having it in the first place. Proper storage ensures that your water remains safe and uncontaminated. Forget those flimsy plastic jugs. They can break or leach harmful chemicals into your water. We're talking about sturdy, BPA-free containers. These are designed to keep your water safe for long-term storage. Think about investing in some food-grade water storage containers. They come in various sizes and are built to last. You can find them online or at your local outdoor store. It's a small investment for peace of mind, and don't forget about purification. Even the best stored water can become contaminated. Even if you've got a good stockpile, you might need to find and purify additional water sources. Knowing how to purify water is a critical survival skill. Water filters, purification tablets, even boiling water over a fire. These are all skills you need in your arsenal. Each method has its pros and cons, so familiarize yourself with them. It's the first thing I look for in any survival situation, and it should be at the top of your list too. Water is non-negotiable. Always have a plan for finding, storing, and purifying water. Your life depends on it. All right, let's talk about the second essential item on our list, food. In any survival situation, having a reliable source of food is crucial. Without it, your energy levels will plummet, and your ability to think clearly and act decisively will be compromised. Now, I'm not talking about gourmet meals here. Forget about fancy recipes and elaborate dishes. What you need are simple, practical, and effective food options that can sustain you through tough times. We're talking about calorie-dense, nutrient-rich foods that will keep you going when the going gets tough. These foods are your lifeline, providing the essential nutrients and energy your body needs to function. Think rice, beans, lentils. These are your survival staples. They are not only packed with energy, but also offer a good balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fibers. These foods are versatile and can be used in a variety of dishes, making them invaluable in a survival scenario. They're packed with energy, they have a long shelf life, and they're relatively inexpensive. This makes them ideal for stockpiling. You can buy them in bulk without breaking the bank, and they won't spoil quickly, ensuring you have a reliable food source for an extended period. Stock up on these and you'll have a solid foundation for your survival pantry. Organize your pantry in a way that allows you to easily access and rotate your supplies, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Canned goods are another great option. They are convenient, require no preparation, and can be eaten straight out of the can if necessary. Tuna, chicken, vegetables, they're all good sources of protein and essential vitamins. These canned items can complement your dry staples, providing variety and additional nutrients. Just make sure you've got a can opener handy. There's nothing worse than having a pantry full of canned goods and no way to open them. A manual can opener is a must-have tool in your survival kit. Salt, pepper, spices, these can make all the difference when you're eating the same thing day after day. A little seasoning can transform a bland meal into something more palatable, which can be a huge morale booster. A little bit of flavor can go a long way in boosting morale. When you're in a survival situation, maintaining a positive mindset is crucial, and enjoying your food can help with that. Consider learning some basic foraging skills. Knowing how to identify and harvest wild edibles can supplement your food supply and provide fresh nutrients. Knowing what plants are edible and how to find them can be a lifesaver in a real survival situation. This knowledge can give you an edge, allowing you to find food even when your supplies run low. So take the time to educate yourself on local flora and practice your foraging skills whenever you can. Chapter 3. Medical Supplies. Patching yourself up. Now let's talk about the third and final item on our list, medical supplies. In any survival situation, having the right medical supplies can make a world of difference. Listen, accidents happen, especially in survival situations. Whether it's a minor cut or a more serious injury, being prepared is crucial. Having a well-stocked first aid kit can be the difference between life and death. It's not just about having the supplies, but knowing how to use them effectively. First and foremost, you need the basics: bandages, gauze, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers. These items are essential for treating minor injuries and preventing infections. These are your go-to for treating minor cuts, burns, and aches, but don't stop there. It's important to think beyond the basics. You also want to be prepared for more serious injuries. A tourniquet can be a lifesaver in situations where there's severe bleeding. A suture kit is invaluable for closing deep wounds, and knowing how to splint a broken bone can prevent further injury and aid in recovery. These are all skills that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Don't forget about personal medications. If you have any chronic conditions or rely on prescription drugs, make sure you have an ample supply. Stockpiling prescription drugs can be a challenge, but it's essential for your health and well-being in a survival scenario. Talk to your doctor about getting extra prescriptions if possible, and remember, a first aid kit is only as good as your ability to use it. It's not enough to just have the supplies. You need to know how to use them properly. Take a first aid course, learn the basics of wound care, and practice using your supplies. The more familiar you are with your kit, the more confident you'll be in an emergency. Consider learning CPR and other life-saving techniques. These skills can be invaluable in a crisis. Get your family involved too. Make sure everyone knows where the first aid kit is and how to use it. Practice together so that everyone is prepared. Conduct regular emergency drills, simulate different scenarios, and practice your response. This will help you stay calm and effective when real emergencies arise. Finally, regularly check and update your first aid kit. Replace expired items and replenish used supplies. Keeping your kit up to date ensures you're always ready for any situation. With the right preparation and knowledge, you can handle medical emergencies with confidence. Stay safe, stay prepared, and take care of yourself and your loved ones. Thanks for watching, preppers. Remember, with these 3 items, you're ready for anything. Water, food, and medical supplies. These are the foundations of survival. But remember, it's not just about having these items, it's about knowing how to use them. So get out there, practice your skills, and be prepared for anything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more survival tips.